Please be seated. Today we gather in community to witness Susan Scott and Ray Gray pledge a covenant of sacred matrimony. Marriage embodies all the precious values arising from human companionship and love. Love is the highest of human experiences. At its best, it reduces our selfishness, deepens our personalities, and makes life far more meaningful. Its very nature is to want to give to another and to engender joy in one another. Ray and Susan, such love can call forth the best qualities in each of you. Love between two.
So the first reading is from the Hebrew Scriptures, from the Song of Solomon, 8, 6 through 7. Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm, for love is strong as death, passion as fierce as the grave. Its flashes are flashes of fire, a raging flame. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can floods drown it. If one offered for love all the wealth of his house, it would be utterly scorned. And the second reading is from the Christian Scriptures. It's Paul's letter from prison to the Ephesians, Ephesians 4, 1 through 3. I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beg you to lead a life worthy of the calling to which you have been called, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, making every effort to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace.
I'm reading a poem by a Persian poet, Hafiz, translations by Daniel Leginsky. Fear is the cheapest room in the house. I would like to see you living in better conditions. For your mother and my mother were friends. I know the innkeeper in this part of the universe. Get some rest tonight. Come to my verse again tomorrow. We'll go speak to the fringe together. I should not make any promises right now, but I know if you pray somewhere in the world, something good will happen. God wants to see more love and playfulness in your eyes, for that is your greatest witness to him. Your soul and my soul once sat together in the beloved's womb playing footsie. Your heart and my heart are very, very old friends.
Okay, Susan and Ray, can you join hands now as you declare your intent? Susan, repeat after me. Before our family and friends, who have given us the gift of love, I, Susan, join with you, Ray, in the covenant of marriage. I promise you.
What a wonderful page. I have known Ray Gray for 32 years. Susan, not quite so long. But both of their lives have been an inspiration for me, and I believe for many, many, if not all of us sitting here. Anybody who's known Ray for as long as I have might look at me and go back in memory and notice when Ray went to storytelling in schools, he always wore his dark khakis, a colorful workman's shirt, and his tie with the thin part on the outside. And he told me that a young child once asked him, "Mr. Gray, do you have your tie on backwards?" He said, "No, I just like doing things a little differently, and you should too." So perhaps without knowing it, I'm sure he wouldn't admit to it, he's always lived his life to be an inspiration for others, and Susan as well. So I would like to share a little bit of the life story of Lillian Oppenheim. Now, one cold February night in 1980, the snow was falling hard, and Lillian had decided to cancel the weekly foldings. But there came a knock at the door. She opened it to find an old gentleman standing there, his hat fast filling with snow. He doffed his hat and bowed a little bit. He said, "My name is Harry Oppenheimer. I've come to learn how to fold." "Oh, I'm so sorry," said Lillian. "It was snowing so hard we decided to cancel." "Oh, but you look so cold. Come on in and have some tea to warm yourself, and I'll show you a few folds before you go." So Harry came on in, and the tea she gave him warmed his body, and the laughter and the conversation from him warmed her soul. And then it was time to teach him how to fold, how to find magic in a piece of paper. But when she took his fingers to show him that first fold, oh, there was magic in that touch. So Harry never left. They married a short while later. She was 83 and he was 85. And they went off on grand adventures together, full of love and laughter, and needing to be rescued when their boat capsized off of Long Island Sound, but that's another story. Harry died.
Susan and Ray come into their marriage relationship as individuals, and in being married, they do not lose their identity. Rather, they use their individuality to create and strengthen the relationship of marriage. Therefore, in lighting a unity candle, all three candles remain lit, one for each of them and one for their marriage, as symbols of their commitment to each other and to a lasting and loving marriage. Ray and Susan, may you now light the unity candle. And now a blessing. Susan and Ray, may the love which has brought you together continue to grow and enrich your lives, bringing peace and inspiration to each of you and to those who know you. May you meet with courage the problems which arise and challenge you. May you meet with strength the troubles that beset you. May your marriage be one of ever-growing depth, meaning, and wholeness because of your sympathy, understanding, and love, which you give to one another and the life you share. So since you, Susan and Ray, have joined yourself in marriage and have signified your commitment to each other in the joining of hands and the sharing of rings, I now pronounce you husband and wife. May the home you are creating and will share be bright with laughter and love, and may it bring strength and happiness to you and to those you touch. You may kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Susan Scott and Ray Gray.